And we are back with another amazing video. We haven't done this in quite a while, and it's been a while since we have followed up with this particular person. This person, first person ever to hit 100,000 legendary raids in Pokemon Go. We are going to be talking with Scott today. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's really, what has it been, like 4 or 5 months now?
Yeah, at least. Actually, the last time we were talking, I was actually in London.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely been a little bit of time. But how's life, man? Are you still gaming Pokemon Go? Because obviously you hit your goal, which was 100,000 legendary raids, right?
Yeah. I play here and there, but it's not very often. I do like 1 5-star, maybe a week, maybe one a week, but I'll do like a bunch of these little trash ones. So I'll do like the chest pins or drill burrs or anything that shows up like that.
Okay. Are you starting to work on your champion a little bit too?
No, not at all. It's like 3 or 4 a day, and it's not really for me. It's mostly just for others.
Oh, there you go. That's pretty cool. And so with all of this grind, obviously, you know, it's been a little while. After you got to your benchmark, right? So 100,000, if you want to show off the medal to everybody, just show where you're at. So that you were the first person that we know of in the world to hit 100,000. Is that correct?
Yeah, within like the online community, definitely.
Yeah, within the online. I mean, I there's no way that this would even be possible if it was anything but an online community. Like, you know, like nobody's doing this without being known, right? Because you have to be into some type of system, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And so what does that system kind of like look like for you guys?
In terms of like my day-to-day?
Yeah, like is it a group of like 5, 10, 15 people that just kind of run it?
It was usually 10 to 20 every day.
10 to 20, and you guys kind of just like are a band of raiders that just go out and just support each other the entire time?
Basically, yeah. Sometimes people aren't really feeling up to getting out, so they would kind of lay low, stay home, and just kind of hang out while everyone else is out driving.
Nice. So for the length of time it took, approximately like when you first started focusing on, okay, I'm going to be the first person, or I want to be the first person to get to 100,000 legendary raids. What was the approximate time frame for that for you?
So I came back in August of 21 and I had 7K around there, but I don't think I really thought I was going to go to 100K until maybe like November when I had hit 20. And that was when I was really like, okay, at the start of the year, I'm going to really push for X amount every day. And it wasn't even, I was only thinking maybe like 100 a day. I wasn't really thinking 200 plus every day.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So if you thought about it in November and then you really said you started taking it seriously in January?
It really was like basically January. I hit 24 in January.
And then what was the date that you hit the 100K?
November 5th, I think.
Okay. So it took you approximately like 11 months.
11 months, yeah.
Wow, dude. That's crazy. Did you ever average to see like how many per day it was approximately?
I think I could probably check. I think I had like 300. At some point it was like upwards of 300 a day, 280.
Oh my gosh.
But it ended up being like maybe somewhere closer to 240 just because, you know, you can't keep that consistency for 11 months. Yeah. You got to slow down here and there.
Yeah.
Some bosses are slow, so.
Right. And then I'm sure like, yeah, when like Rayquaza comes out, you just like totally ramp it up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Rayquaza, Mewtwo, anything like that.
Yeah. It's crazy when those guys just get taken down. So like for you, what do you think the hardest part of like the entire process was?
The mental state that it kind of puts you in.
Where it's just like, you just have to get up and do it.
You just have to get up and do it, really. Anytime you wake up, you just kind of have to like pull your phone out and you have to open up the app. It's brutal. It wasn't very fun sometimes. I'll be honest. I mean. Yeah,
no, I totally hear you on that because I feel like for me, like just sometimes like for instance, like I really want to get to, I know it's not crazy, but I want to get to 200 best buddies. And it's like, I know the system, I know how to do it, but like I just can't get myself to do it every single day. Like just sit there like brainlessly for like 30 minutes at like a rocket stop or a gym and just like hammer out the buddies just to get it every day. And that would probably take, you know, approximately a year to do just because of that process.
Yeah, even if you get it down, let's say you do it for like 2 or 3 weeks, right? You're still not set in stone that you can do that for X amount of months or as many as you need to. Because it's not at all.
Yeah, that's 100%. So if you don't mind, why don't we just go into like a little bit of collection just to try to show off what you have accumulated over all of this time. So obviously over 100K legendaries done. So why don't we start off with like the hundos that you have received from all of these raids?
Yeah, so I've gotten 402. I actually didn't know that number.
402, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah, I didn't even know it was that high.
None of these are traded, right?
No, none of them are traded.
Wow, that's insane, dude.
I ended up going 1 in 248 across the whole thing, so.
Okay, so just about exact odds.
Yeah, basically. It all evened out at the end.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, because I think I have a grand total of 43 that are legendary and not traded. I guess I did not include. Are you including? I don't know if you did them, but the Ultra Beasts would be a different tag. And then also some mythicals would be a different tag as well.
What's the Ultra Beast tag? Is that the one with the space?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
Ultra
402
Beast.
without Ultra Beasts. And then with Ultra Beast, it is another 24.
Okay, another 24. And then there are a couple, like Darkrai's mythical, so it wouldn't show up under legendary tag.
Oh, I just put those together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's, what is that,
good.
426? So it is a little, it's actually closer to odds when you factor in the Ultra Beasts. Because what are odds are 216? I don't even remember.
So just for myself, I know I have one that I think my Nihilego is from research, and then everything else is rated for, and then I have 48. Which comes to approximately about your odds as well, yeah. So yeah, man, dude, that is crazy. Is there any legendary that you did not get a hundo of?
I don't think so. I think
So
as long as I was playing, I got one of everything.
Yeah.
Even though it may have taken like an extra few days, I still got one, no matter what.
Yeah, that's wild.
And
If
so
you're
when you
doing,
were-
like the sheer volume,
Yeah.
you're basically guaranteed one.
Yeah, you're gonna get one, right? Eventually. If you do like, 500 to 1,000, 1,000 of everything, I feel like you're for sure getting one. Is there one in specific that you felt like you weren't gonna get?
I'd have to go back and see. I know there were some that I definitely struggled with. I think Xerneas wasn't too fun for me. But other than that
Yeah.
one, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
That's fair. So then let's do what everybody wants to see here, including myself, is if you're gonna click that same tag and then tag a shiny on top, which would mean that these are the Shundo rated for legendary, mythical, and ultra beasts, which obviously the ultra beasts don't have it. How many you got?
Of the Shundos, right?
Yeah.
I have to remember how to do these tags.
I can tell you what my tag is right here. It would be ultra, a legendary, mythical.
I have 18.
18. All right.
What are they? Because I can't see them right now.
I'm trying to think of the ones that we covered last time.
Yeah.
But I know I got a 2 Palkia, a Deoxys, and however you spell the bacon one, Eviltal, or however you pronounce it.
Oh, Eveltal, yeah. So you got the Eveltal. Wow, that's cool, man. And you got 2 Palkia?
2 Palkia, and then I think we did this prior to Mewtwo, and I got 2 Mewtwo's as well.
2 Mewtwo's as well.
But I think everything
Dude,
before
let's
that
go.
is what we covered.
When you're rating, I, for one, have seen a lot of people, I swear that Mewtwo and Rayquaza are the highest producing Shundos in the game. I always talk about this because I always see so many people getting those Pokemon Shundos. Would you say that you see more of those too? Or is there a different one that you've seen a lot more people get Shundos of?
I think Deoxys was one where I saw basically everyone had a Deoxys Shundo.
Really? And was it a specific one, or was it just because all of them were out, so eventually somebody got one of the 4?
It's because they were just all out.
Got it.
I think we had like 2 months worth total of Deoxys, so
Jeez,
we were able to
yeah.
get those left and right.
And which one did you get?
I think this is normal. The one with like the spaghetti arms.
The spaghetti arms? Yeah. Okay, cool. That's still cool, man. I mean, like, it's so unique to be able to pull one of those Shundos from a raid. I mean, like, it's got to be the coolest feeling. I mean, I've had one, so I couldn't imagine getting multiple of them. When you're closer to, like, you're after 10, is it kind of like, oh, cool, like, that's cool? Or is it still like, oh my God, like, I can't believe this just happened again?
I definitely felt pretty, like, numb to getting Shundos at some point. It was...
Dude, that's such a crazy
I'll
concept.
be honest, I wasn't that excited for a lot of them.
Really?
They just kind of happen.
If you have 100,000 raids done and you have like 18 Shundos, that means you got a Shundo every 5,555 raids, or I guess 56 if we're gonna round it.
It's pretty close to odds still. 'Cause
Yeah,
odds are like
that's
4.4.
great.
That's crazy, man. I mean, just getting raid Shundos in itself is just such a special phenomenon. So I just want to like point the stress and factor out there that for everybody out there that's like, oh my God, and like I have done 10,000 and I have 1, right? So I'm way on the opposite side of odds right now, but all of a sudden I could get 2 like in a short period of time. So obviously, as Scotty's showing here, like the odds eventually do, and we're talking about extreme measures, eventually get there and level themselves out. So I don't know when my next Shundo will be or what Pokemon it will be as far as legendary goes, but that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to. So
For sure.
yeah, man, that's super cool. So would you say that when you hit everything, like, did you feel fulfilled, or was it relief, or was it just like, I'm just done? Like, what was your feeling and emotion when you just finally got there?
It's definitely a mixture of both, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I was definitely fulfilled in the moment for sure, because
Mm-hmm.
we had 20 people pull up in the lobby, so I got as many people as I could, filled up the whole lobby, and got them all in Discord at the same time, same day. It was really nice to just kind of like hang out with everybody for the last one.
Yeah, and you knew once you hit it, you were done. Like it wasn't like I'm gonna start weaning off. It was like 100,000. I'm done.
Yeah, I was just ready to. That's where the relief came in. I was like, I'm ready to just kind of relax. I don't have to stare at my phone anymore and just like take it slow, enjoy different parts of life.
Yeah, for sure. So do you feel like from raiding that hard, you had any type of like negative mental impact that you had to kind of like unwind yourself from?
Yeah, definitely. I hadn't really like taken care of like some pretty like simple tasks around the house or something like that. So I spent like the majority of the last like month or two just kind of cleaning up like my place and stuff like that, making sure everything's tidy.
Yeah, I know. It's like when you get into those like grind modes, it's like you just have to focus so hard that like even if you have a little bit more time, it's like your neurology is so overcapped that it's like you can't like you can do something, but it's like you just can't physically like get your brain to do anything more.
Yeah, it's also because you play with multiple devices to do something like this, obviously. So you have I'm holding two phones in my hand,
right?
And trying to do other kinds of tasks throughout the day. Like it's not very easy.
Yeah, no, and like as mundane as like raiding actually is, like it still takes a good amount of like effort mentally to be there. Because then when it comes, do you catch all of them or do you run from them?
I only catch the shinies. I keep all the shinies too. I like just having that whole collection.
Okay, well I guess then we should check out to see how many shinies you got.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's like 2,700 or something.
Dude, you know what would be a wild thing is if you only kept like your bag was just full of legendaries.
It's 3,310.
Oh my god, dude. Why don't you just like kind of like slow scroll through that as we talk for a little bit and let people kind of see that, because dude, that's insane. 3,000 shiny legendaries.
I'm just like, if you put this account up for sale, like I wonder what this bid would go up to get this account.
I don't know, but it's kind of like my like baby. It kind of helped me progress through life. So
yeah, I'm not saying that you should do that, but I always kind of like have that in my mind. I'm like,
you know, what would the market actually value? Because I highly doubt that what you paid to get there would come back to you, you know? I would always be very curious to see like,
you know, what would the market, you know, if you put it on bid on eBay and let's just say I threw it in a video, like how much could that account go for? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would be interested to see how much, but
yeah, so if you guys are watching this, drop in the comments and let us know like if you were willing to purchase an account like this, as Scotty's showing you all this cool stuff in his account, including 18 shundos and hundreds of, you know, 4-star legendaries. Like what do you think the number would be in your mind if you had the money for it, or you do have the money for it? What would you purchase this account for? Because this is crazy. This is something that like nobody does. Like this is not touchable here, right? Like, I mean, obviously you have friends that are, you know, that you said now have surpassed where you're at and other things like that. But like, you know, just from a sheer outside of, you know, this type of small group, like this is unobtainable for people.
I think there's only 2 other people I can think of that have like the same density as my account.
That's crazy. So like a total of 3 accounts in the world that look like this. That's crazy to me. So now that you've kind of, you know, been relieved and you hit your mark and you're kind of fulfilled, so what are you doing now?
I actually just got back from a trip to Texas where I met Kaito and Susan Block.
Oh, nice.
Which is really fun.
That's awesome, man.
I'm trying to get out of the house a lot more. I've picked up coding, which is pretty interesting.
Nice.
Just spending time with family and other people.
Cool, man.
That's really about it. Just trying to go back to real life.
Yeah, so just kind of removing yourself. And like, how often do you play Pokemon Go now?
15 minutes a day, maximum.
15 minutes a day, just getting like some daily stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, I'll go in, send a couple raids out, then I'm off for the rest of the day.
That's fair. So you feel like you're kind of burnt out from the game, I would say.
Yeah. I could never go back. It was never really about the game either. It was like the people. If it wasn't for the people, I couldn't have stayed.
Yeah. So now that we have this remote raid pass thing that we didn't talk about doing this because it wasn't really an announcement at the time, you know, obviously this isn't even close to touchable without having unlimited remote raid passes.
Yeah, nobody will ever catch up to this.
Yeah.
So now if this doesn't go back, this would not be possible ever again, right? Like nobody will be able to get anywhere near this because, you know, if you drive around, I think the drive record is like 120 raids in a day, which like there's no way you're driving multiple days in a row all the time. Like it's just physically impossible, right? Because you would have to put so much life energy into just doing that it's just unobtainable. So when you heard this decision that Niantic was going to roll it back to like 5 raids a day, like what were your thoughts?
I feel bad for the local community community, but I do hope that with all this Heroes Niantic and stuff, that they can find a good median in order to promote local play, but also increase the amount of remote play that they've now taken away, or will take away in a couple days.
Yeah, for sure. I totally feel that as well. You know, like I personally, I like remote raiding, but I have more fun when I can raid with people in person, because there's one thing about like talking to people, there's another thing about doing it in person. However, I don't think that if people don't have the ability and other things like that, like you mentioned, like there has to be a middle ground. And you know, I think that what they chose was the last ditch effort. They didn't try really anything else first. So that's why it's like, you know, you didn't try like incentivizing what you threw out elite raids with a couple mediocre Pokemon. And it's like, okay.
This could be kind of cool is if you did like a local pass, right? So you hosted a local pass, you got an extra remote pass that you could use. So it like increased your limit or something like that. I don't know. But anything
right,
really.
There's so many things that they could have tried to do. So it was like, you know, they could have tried to just at least first give like a month or two of driving in raid traffic with new changes and see what would happen. Instead of just going straight from, okay, oh, we have full remote raid access. And then the next time it's like the next announcement's like, okay, we have none. And oh, we tried elite raids and it's promising. It's like, well, where did you try to even incentivize people? Like only having raids unlimited or not having them is the balance in the game.
Yeah, I can't see their logic at all.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Well, dude, I appreciate you being here as always. And I just want to, you know, if there's something that maybe you could touch on, maybe like a last thought that you had from your grind or anything like that, you know, that you'd like to share. Is there anything that you would, you know, care to tell people that you'd like to share about your journey, whatever you've learned?
If they ever do take off that limit again, don't play like I did. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
So that's your recommendation. I feel that.
Yeah. You should enjoy how you play. So find something casual that you can throw into your everyday life as a little hobby, but don't take it too seriously. It's not worth it.
Yeah. And you know, coming from the place that you've gotten to, I feel like that's really powerful for people to hear that, like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a content creator and I do this all the time. And it's like, oftentimes, like, I'll go and binge on a weekend, you know, where it's Go Fest, and I'll play so much, I'll catch like 6,000 Pokemon in 3 days. And the only thing I'll do is do Pokemon videos, and that's it. And then as soon as I'm out of that, like, that's not sustainable for me personally. So then there might be like literally 5 days where I barely play just to like kind of even my life back out. And that's just how I feel like it has to be. And it's like, I always encourage people in the videos to maximize everything that's going on. So if there's a calm day, go out and play really hard for 3 hours. And by playing really hard for 3 hours, like that could make up for just casually playing for like 2 weeks.
It's all about finding that healthy balance. So play those events that you really want to really hard, and then like take a little break or something and just go do something else, honestly.
Totally. And that's something else for you. You would say, you know, find a hobby, maybe go outside. It sounds like you mentioned go outside as if like this Pokemon Go,
which normally is a Pokemon Go get you outside,
but the remote raid, you know, extravaganza that you went through kind of kept you inside trying to do this thing, right?
Yeah, just like take a walk or anything like that. Just get outside.
Yeah.
And, like, as corny as it is, just like smell the fresh air. Honestly,
truly,
really
man.
It's really good for you.
I totally agree with you there. All right, Scott, dude. Well, I appreciate you for being here, man. And maybe we will connect. I know you gave me another raider that still has gone harder and above what you've done. So maybe we'll connect with that and drop another video. But,
you know, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know I've been playing phone tag and stuff with you, so I apologize about that. But
that's okay.
Thanks again, bro. And big congrats on hitting your goal, because, you know, it takes a lot of mental fortitude to get there.
For sure.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for being here, tuning in as always. Love and appreciate you guys. To all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes your support, subscription, and participation to next level. I'm gonna see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.